All right, we gotta talk about thumb position with our left hand. Now, I do a video where I try to get you guys away if you're just starting out of gripping the guitar and really making sure that there's space under here. Your thumb is way more important than you may think it is. Now, just like if I were to hand you a piece of paper, you guys would grab it like this, kind of like pinching it. And that's what we want with the guitar neck. And to tell you the truth, your thumb is doing a majority of the pressing. This muscle right here is incredibly strong, and that is what's stabilizing and pushing back against when you're pressing down, which is why you're able to move your fingers so fast, because they're not in like a full grip mode. If you guys, even if you just do that, right? You could feel all of this locking in. That's not what's happening when you guys are playing. They're able to move because your thumb is doing all the work. Now, the reason that's so important is if your thumb is not in the right place, your fingers are gonna be picking up the work and they're gonna lock up, they're not gonna be as quick, and they're not gonna be as strong. So we gotta make sure if you guys can get your thumb back, imagine there's a guitar neck right here. It should be like right there. Obviously, that's not gonna happen all the time. Now, the other thing that's happening is when we want our thumb back here, usually we'll pop up because this gives us a little bit of safety. Like I said, we're used to grabbing, right? Something like a hammer or whatever. So this is very different. We're using only a small amount of muscles we're used to with our left hand. We're not gripping the whole thing. And there's not a lot of safety there, but that's because we don't really need it. Now, if you're grabbing, you're losing not just all your flexibility because your fingers are kind of like in a completely different position now, but you're also losing all the strength because your fingers have to do all of the pressing. This happens too when you're training, when I'm training my students to keep their thumb back here. What ends up happening is if you guys look, their thumb starts moving out this way. So now my thumb is pressing against here. It's giving a little bit of pressure. That's gonna add a lot of tension right here in your wrist. Not good. And that's also not gonna make your fingers work efficiently. They're gonna pull back. So the things to pay attention to is your thumb right behind your fingers so it's got a nice press. And if you do this, if I'm pressing with my thumb against my finger, that's incredibly strong. I could do that. If I put it here, it's not that strong at all. So try not to press from that part of your thumb, but from this part, all right? And that's going to make your fingers work so much better. Also, making sure the other thing that starts happening is your thumb position starts getting really good, but another safety mechanism is pulling back. Make sure these knuckles are out in front or at least right under the neck. I hope that helps you guys. Have a good one.